Hi kids, welcome back to HartsLight Kids, where kids shine bright. Guess what time it is? It's story time! Yay! And we are welcoming back a special guest, Jacqueline Gutierrez, who is reading her amazing book about what happened to my strawberry yogurt.
Chapter 7, Trip Through the Large Intestine. Hold on, said Lisa, as Andy slid into her large intestine. Hey, why am I still in here? Andy asked. Where am I? Oh, no, Sean explained. After the small intestine, whatever is left over and not absorbed goes into the large intestine. My friend, you are in your sister's large intestine. No one would ever believe you if you told them, so don't even try. Yeah, nobody would believe that, right? That's for sure. Hey, that tickles, Lisa said. Andy noticed blobs on Lisa's intestinal cells. They were larger than the nutrients that were absorbed in Lisa's small intestine and were not entering her bloodstream. Andy pointed his camera toward them and asked, Hey, what's that? Lisa and Sean stared at the screen. Lisa panicked. She felt dizzy and started to breathe rapidly. Sean looked at the picture on the screen again and did a quick internet search on the laptop, being careful to keep the window open showing Andy's camera. Those must be bacteria, Sean said. The net says that yogurt contains good bacteria called probiotics. The good bacteria in the large intestine help strengthen the immune system. They also help digestion to flow smoothly. Lisa looked up. Woo, I'm glad those are the good guys. I don't want to get sick. Most of the nutrients that were in the yogurt Lisa ate are now in her body, Sean mentioned. The net says that water is absorbed in the large intestine during the last step of digestion. That's good news for you, buddy. Good news for me too, Lisa added. Andy, now that the yogurt is digested, you should be able to get out soon. Andy noticed as he was moving along, things were getting drier and drier. You're right, the water is being absorbed. It's getting quite dry in here. Will I be absorbed too, so I can get out of here? No, you're way too big for that, Sean answered. You'll have to come out with a solid waste. Ew, waste! No way. I need to climb back up and get out the way I came in. Uh-oh, Sean said. As yucky as it sounds, that's the only way out. The intestines contract in such a way that things flow only in one direction. You're on a one-way street, buddy. He's not too happy about that.
Nope.
No, that's how it works. Just great, Andy said sarcastically. I don't care how I get out anymore. I just want to get out. Finally, I see the next slide ahead. You know what comes next. You better get ready to catch Andy, warned Sean. I'd rather not, but I want to get this over with, Lisa said. Andy, close your visor and shut off your camera and microphone. Chapter 8. Andy's journey comes to an end. Literally. Lisa ran to the restroom, pulled out a pair of rubber gloves from under the sink, and grabbed the strainer that she used for playing in sand when she was younger. Ooh, she was just in time to catch Andy in the strainer as he slid out. Boy, was he pooped. Really? And was covered in poop. It must have been pretty messy, huh? His visor was closed and he shut off his camera and microphone so he couldn't see the brown substance covering his suit. Yuck, what a mess. You really need to be washed off. Lisa rushed him over to the sink. Ooh. When she let go of the strainer, Andy slipped toward the drain. She caught him and washed him off as he wiggled around. Hold still. He was still wearing the shrink suit. After Andy was clean, Lisa said, You can open your visor and switch on the camera and microphone now. Finally! I couldn't wait to get out of there, Andy exclaimed. He looked around and saw that he was in the sink. Ooh, Lisa, I didn't know that I would need to ride along with your poop on the way out. Double ooh, I'm the one who had to wash you off. Be grateful. Lisa ran back into the kitchen, holding Andy, and set him down on a chair. Sean started typing commands into the laptop. At first, it didn't do anything. Sean, don't you remember the codes? Andy asked. Well, I'm not sure, Sean replied. What? Andy started to sweat. Look at my last email to you, said Andy. Just reverse the Shrinkinator's codes. It should work backwards to unshrink me. Sean logged into his email account, found the code, and entered it backwards. Sure enough, that did the trick. Andy started to expand, back to normal size. After 5 minutes, he was standing on the chair, full size. Andy jumped down and took off the shrink suit. He said, "Wow, it works, but I never want to try that again." Andy asked, "Did you record all that so we could show them at the science fair?" Record? I didn't know that I could have recorded it. Oh, don't worry about it, Andy said. I would be too embarrassed anyway. I don't want to be known as the boy who was swallowed by his sister and had to be pooped out. Right? You wouldn't want to either, right? This will be our secret, said Sean. Lisa agreed. For sure. No one would believe us anyway. That was gross and cool at the same time. I'm glad it's over, Andy said. Now that we can't show off the shrink suit, what about the science fair? It's coming up next week. Sean thought for a few seconds and answered, let's build a model volcano instead. I have a kid at home. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Wow, what an adventure. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I wasn't inside going down through that digestive tract, especially at the very end. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I think I would have turned off my camera and put my visor down too. That was a great book. Thank you, Jacqueline, for such a great lesson in what happens when you eat strawberry yogurt. Can you tell the moms and dads or the teachers and educators where they can get your book to share with their kiddos and with their students?
Sure. You could get What Happened to My Strawberry Yogurt on the Sprouting Seed Press website. That's sproutingseedpress.com. It's also available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. I have this coloring page also that I made for you guys.
So yeah, thank you, Jacqueline. What we'll do is we'll put that coloring page on HartsLight Kids, and you can go to HartsLightKids.com and click on the link for the coloring pages, and you can find that coloring page, download it, and see what you can put in your stomach for it to digest on your coloring page. Don't put too many Andes in it though, otherwise you might give it a tummy ache. I hear you also wrote the book, illustrated the book, and you are also a teacher, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yes, I wrote and illustrated What Happened to My Strawberry Yogurt, as well as 2 coloring books. And yeah, I spent many years as a registered dietitian, as a science teacher. Right now, I'm a freelance writer and illustrator. Yeah, I taught middle school science for a while. I counseled both kids and adults. And a lot of the kids had questions about digestion, and that's what actually gave me the inspiration to write this book.
Awesome. You are a woman of many talents. I'm your host, Jonette Weiss, an international best-selling author of the Giggles in Your Heart series of books. On HartsLight Kids, thanks for joining us, where kids shine bright. You have an awesome and amazing day. Bye.